Speed means different things depending on who you ask. For some it is a number on a track timer, for others it is a sense of control when the world blurs at the edges, and for many enthusiasts it is the feeling that engineering and instinct are working together through every corner. The pursuit of that feeling has created a quiet pressure across the performance world. Every new machine must prove that progress is more than marketing. It must validate the idea that precision still matters, that focus still matters, that a rider can sense the difference between small improvements and meaningful evolution. This episode digs into what happens when a modern performance icon is updated not with theatrics but with carefully sharpened intent, why microscopic changes can translate into real gains, and how a machine's identity can shift while still respecting the expectations of dedicated riders. If you enjoy deep technical stories and long-form analysis, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment which model you want covered next. The BMW S1000RR 2025 stands at the center of this long examination, and its presence within modern performance culture raises questions about how precision engineering shapes rider confidence. The bike represents a new interpretation of a familiar silhouette, built around aerodynamic refinement, improved thermal management, and a recalibrated suite of electronic aids designed to support both seasoned riders and those still learning the limits of high-load riding. Its fairing revisions create a more stable air pocket around the rider. Its winglet geometry is tuned for predictable downforce at elevated speeds, and its chassis updates shift the weight distribution just enough to influence how the machine settles during corner entry. Each of these adjustments may seem incremental, yet together they alter the bike's rhythm, encouraging smoother transitions and reducing the workload on the rider during long sessions. The S1000RR 2025 also places heavier emphasis on electronics that adapt moment by moment. The traction algorithms track lean angle, throttle position, and surface feedback to neutralize unexpected slips, and the wheel control logic moderates lift without feeling intrusive. These systems aim to replace abrupt intervention with measured guidance, so the machine remains transparent in its support. Mechanical changes complement the software layer. The revised intake path enhances mid-range response. The exhaust routing balances heat reduction with consistent back pressure, and the cooling system reduces performance fade under heavy stress. The frame retains its familiar rigidity but introduces subtle reinforcement points that improve stability under high lateral load. These choices cater to riders seeking predictable handling without sacrificing agility. The S1000RR 2025 becomes a study in cumulative evolution. Rather than chasing headline figures, it refines how power is delivered, how weight is distributed, and how the electronics manage traction and chassis behavior. Its designers focus on how a rider interprets feedback through the bars, seat, and pegs. Small improvements in vibration control can influence confidence during complex maneuvers. The braking system benefits from updated modulation maps inside the cornering ABS logic. This results in a firmer yet more controllable feel, especially when transitioning from upright braking to leaned braking during track sessions. The updated suspension calibration highlights the motorcycle's intent: firmer in the early stroke for stability, but more compliant deeper in travel to maintain grip over imperfect surfaces. This blend allows riders to commit earlier to turn in, trusting the front end to communicate surface texture without being overwhelmed by chatter. Throughout the S1000RR 2025, the harmony between engine, chassis, and electronics becomes the defining theme. The machine seeks to make riders faster not through spectacle but through repeatable control. Engineers targeted the small moments where hesitation typically arises: abrupt throttle changes that disturb balance, mid-corner corrections that steal momentum, and transitions where poor weight distribution can unsettle the bike. By smoothing these edges, the motorcycle encourages a more fluid style that reduces fatigue. For long rides, thermal comfort matters. Vents and ducting guide heat away from the rider's legs, making sustained sessions more manageable. Ergonomic updates refine seat padding density and bar positioning. These subtle shifts improve leverage without compromising comfort. The S1000RR 2025 also benefits from software modes calibrated for different skill levels. Newer riders can rely on stronger intervention thresholds, while advanced riders can explore settings that allow greater freedom. What becomes clear is that the motorcycle's identity evolves with each generation. This version presents itself as a tool that rewards precision rather than brute force. It recognizes the demands placed on modern sport machines, and focuses on how riders translate potential into performance. By centering predictability, responsiveness, and refined communication, the BMW S1000RR 2025 demonstrates how thoughtful engineering can reshape the riding experience from the inside out. The BMW S1000RR 2025 carries its reputation into deeper technical territory as we expand this examination. While Segment 1 framed the cumulative refinements that define its immediate character, this portion broadens the perspective to understand how those refinements materialize under sustained stress, repeated laps, varied pavement, and the constant negotiation between rider input and machine response. The S1000RR 2025 serves as an ideal case study for how modern sport motorcycles translate raw engineering into rider accessibility. Its power plant, chassis logic, and electronic interpretation systems interact with each other as a synchronized network rather than isolated components. This interplay matters because true performance is not measured by short bursts or single high-speed runs. It emerges across extended sessions when fatigue becomes real, surfaces shift unpredictably, and riders demand consistency from the first lap to the final cool-down. In this light, the inline 4 of the BMW S1000RR 2025 reveals its strategic tuning philosophy. Instead of chasing extreme peak figures, it emphasizes a broader power curve where mid-range strength supports faster corner exits and more confident overtakes during controlled track demonstrations. The intake velocity stacks are shaped to maintain airflow stability through a wide RPM band. This ensures the engine breathes efficiently even when throttle application varies. By avoiding sudden torque spikes, the motorcycle reduces the risk of losing traction during transitions. Fuel mapping smooths the edges of combustion under high load, aiming for predictable acceleration that riders can modulate with minimal correction. The exhaust routing complements this approach by guiding gases with reduced turbulence. The result is consistent back pressure that stabilizes engine feel under repeated full throttle applications. The BMW S1000RR 2025 also integrates a cooling system designed for reliability under sustained effort. Efficient radiators, optimized coolant flow, and refined airflow channels reduce thermal buildup. This matters because heat affects performance more than casual observers realize. Excessive heat can dull throttle response, influence lubrication behavior, and change the feel of engine braking. By drawing heat away from critical sections, the motorcycle maintains composure during long sessions where many machines begin to soften. Riders benefit from performance that feels the same lap after lap. The predictability supports rhythm, rhythm supports confidence, and confidence supports speed without unnecessary strain. The chassis of the BMW S1000RR 2025 anchors the next layer of refinement. The frame retains its asymmetric identity, but incorporates reinforcement points that strengthen lateral stability without injecting harshness. This balance is essential when the motorcycle leans deeply into corners. Too much flex creates vague feedback, while too much rigidity causes sharp reactions that can unsettle less experienced riders. The updated frame geometry finds a middle ground where feedback is clear but never punishing. The swing arm is shaped to reduce unsprung mass and stabilize rear wheel behavior during rapid transitions. This is particularly beneficial in chicanes where direction changes occur quickly. Suspension refinement on the BMW S1000RR 2025 furthers this harmony. Engineers' calibration focused on early stroke stability paired with deeper stroke compliance. This allows the front end to stay planted during hard braking without sending excessive feedback through the bars. As riders release the brakes and initiate lean, the suspension transitions smoothly, giving the front tire more surface contact and consistent grip. The rear suspension complements this by managing squat under acceleration. Instead of compressing abruptly, it settles into a controlled posture that maintains optimal chain tension and traction. This makes throttle application more intuitive and reduces the need for mid-corner corrections. The electronic suite of the BMW S1000RR 2025 is arguably its most transformative layer. Traction control, wheel control, slide regulation, engine braking management, and cornering ABS collaborate to interpret rider intent. Each system collects data from sensors tracking lean angle, wheel speed, your rate, throttle position, and brake pressure. What makes this model notable is the shift toward predictive behavior. Rather than simply reacting to loss of grip, the algorithms aim to anticipate instability before it becomes a problem. This predictive logic is subtle by design. Riders feel supported but not constrained. Intervention is applied gradually in most modes, maintaining a sense of direct connection. In advanced settings, the S1000RR 2025 allows skilled riders greater freedom to manipulate weight transfer and slide angles within safe parameters. A significant portion of the motorcycle's character emerges from how these electronics handle edge cases. During aggressive corner entry, when weight shifts suddenly forward, traction control moderates engine response so that even abrupt throttle changes do not destabilize the chassis. Under hard acceleration at lean, slide regulation balances rear wheel spin to maintain momentum without triggering abrupt corrections. On imperfect surfaces where irregular bumps challenge traction, wheel control logic temporarily softens intervention to avoid unnecessary power cuts. This adaptability makes the BMW S1000RR 2025 feel consistent across pavement types, whether smooth track asphalt or real-world roads with subtle imperfections. Another element often overlooked in high-performance machines is braking behavior. The BMW S1000RR 2025 features a braking system enhanced by refined ABS modulation maps. This ensures confident stopping power even while leaned. Braking upright feels firm and predictable. Braking at lean feels controlled and free from sudden pulses. This gives riders the courage to delay braking points and carry more speed into entry phases. Combined with the chassis stability and front-end support, the braking system contributes significantly to overall lap consistency. Aerodynamics also play a central role in the BMW S1000RR 2025. Winglets, fairing contours, and air channels are sculpted to guide airflow around the rider, while generating downforce that stabilizes the front end. At elevated speeds, this downforce becomes noticeable. The motorcycle resists unwanted lift and remains composed even when crosswinds shift. Fairing design reduces turbulence around the shoulders and helmet area. This reduces rider fatigue over long periods. Smooth airflow matters not only for stability but for comfort, which indirectly influences performance. Ergonomics refine the connection between rider and machine. The seating position of the BMW S1000RR 2025 offers improved leverage through slightly adjusted handlebar reach and foot peg placement. This encourages a natural body position that minimizes strain during long sessions. The seat padding density provides support without feeling rigid. Foot pegs offer textured grip that helps riders maintain steady posture, even when body movement becomes dynamic. Each ergonomic detail contributes to a sense of unity that experienced riders appreciate. The BMW S1000RR 2025 enters this final exploration as a reference point for how a modern performance machine shapes the long-term relationship between rider and technology. The motorcycle becomes more than a collection of parts because it influences habits, expectations, and the way riders interpret the road or track. Its engineering choices ripple outward into day-to-day decisions, from how early a rider commits to a corner to how confidently they maintain pace during long sessions. In this sense, the BMW S1000RR 2025 represents a philosophy of sustained refinement, where each update is less about spectacle and more about developing a platform that riders can trust over years of ownership. Trust emerges from how naturally the motorcycle communicates its intentions. Predictable feedback through the bars, consistent engine behavior across temperature ranges, and clear information through the instrument cluster all combine to form a connection that feels intuitive, even when riding at a brisk pace. With the BMW S1000RR 2025, that connection begins with balance. The motorcycle keeps its mass centralized and its responses deliberate. Riders sense this immediately when initiating lean. The chassis settles smoothly as if guided by a clear internal rhythm that encourages fluid inputs. This stability becomes especially important when fatigue sets in during extended rides. When the body tires, fine motor control deteriorates and riders need machines that forgive minor inconsistencies. The BMW S1000RR 2025 supports this through its suspension calibration and its aerodynamic stability, allowing riders to maintain composure rather than fighting the machine. Over time, riders begin to trust the predictable nature of the front end. They can brake later, hold lines with greater confidence, and transition more smoothly between corners. This trust is not created by raw numbers, but by subtle decisions behind the motorcycle's setup. The front tire communicates grip levels clearly. The bars transmit enough texture to inform action without overwhelming the rider with vibration. Every bump or camber change is interpreted through a suspension layout that filters harshness while preserving information. The engine of the BMW S1000RR 2025 contributes to this long-term confidence. Riders learn that throttle response remains stable, even when airflow changes or temperatures rise. There are no surprises in torque delivery. Acceleration feels smooth, deliberate, and responsive. On track days or spirited rides, this translates into repeated patterns that riders can internalize. The motorcycle becomes a consistent partner that helps riders refine their own technique. The electronic support systems further reinforce this trust by acting as a safety net that avoids abrupt intervention. Traction control adds subtle corrections that keep the motorcycle composed without intruding on the rider's intent. The wheel control logic smooths out hard acceleration moments when the front might otherwise lift. Engine braking maps keep the chassis stable during aggressive downshifts. These elements allow riders to ride closer to their limits with continuous feedback, guiding their behavior. This process turns the BMW S1000RR 2025 into a platform for skill development. Riders grow with the motorcycle as they explore new modes or adjust intervention thresholds. The machine welcomes experimentation by providing clear cause and effect responses. When riders adjust suspension preload or damping, they feel the difference immediately. When they try alternative traction settings, they understand how the motorcycle shifts its behavior. This educational aspect becomes a defining characteristic of long-term ownership. Another dimension of long-term impact lies in physical comfort. Performance machines often sacrifice comfort for speed, yet the BMW S1000RR 2025 finds a middle point that allows extended use without excessive fatigue. Its ergonomics reduce pressure on shoulders and wrists. The seat remains supportive during long rides. Foot peg positioning encourages efficient body movement. These features matter when riders spend full days exploring winding roads or attending multi-session track events. Comfort influences confidence, and confidence shapes the entire experience. Even during everyday riding, the BMW S1000RR 2025 remains approachable. Engine smoothness at moderate speeds, predictable clutch feel, and refined low RPM fueling make it surprisingly cooperative in urban environments. Riders do not need to treat it as a machine suited only for special occasions. Instead, it becomes a reliable companion that adapts seamlessly between calm and spirited riding styles. Over years of use, this adaptability becomes central to its identity. The BMW S1000RR 2025 also influences how riders perceive future technology. By demonstrating that performance improves through subtle iteration rather than extreme reinvention, it sets expectations for what comes next. Riders begin to value improvements in feel, stability, and communication more than headline horsepower claims. They look for machines that integrate software and hardware smoothly, and they recognize how predictive algorithms enhance consistency. The model becomes a benchmark for how technology should behave: supportive yet transparent, powerful yet controllable, advanced yet intuitive. This influence extends to how riders evaluate other motorcycles in the future. The frame rigidity balance, the aerodynamic stability, and the ergonomic refinement shape what riders expect from any performance machine. They seek clarity in controls, smoothness in response, and consistency during heavy stress moments. In this way, the BMW S1000RR 2025 does more than serve its rider. It raises the bar for the entire segment by demonstrating that progress is most meaningful when it enhances the human experience. Riders who spend years with the BMW S1000RR 2025 often describe a sense of partnership with the machine. They know how it reacts under pressure. They understand its preferences for braking, turning, and acceleration. And they learn how small adjustments in riding posture influence the motorcycle's balance. This familiarity transforms each ride into a dialogue of subtle cues. The motorcycle encourages riders to refine their technique, offering rewards in the form of smoother corners, better lines, and more consistent pace. As skills improve, the BMW S1000RR 2025 continues to offer room for growth. Its advanced modes unlock additional performance, giving riders new thresholds to explore. Throughout this long-term relationship, maintenance and reliability also matter. The motorcycle's build quality supports years of use without dramatic changes in feel. Components retain their precision, electronics remain stable, and the engine maintains its character with proper care. This durability reinforces the idea that performance machines can be both thrilling and dependable. Ultimately, the BMW S1000RR 2025 stands as a comprehensive blueprint for what a modern performance motorcycle can achieve. It shapes rider habits, enhances confidence, and evolves with its owner. It prioritizes communication and predictability without reducing the excitement that defines the sport. And by integrating refined engineering with thoughtful ergonomics and advanced electronics, it becomes a machine that influences riders long after the excitement of a first ride fades. The BMW S1000RR 2025 anchors this closing reflection as we draw together the threads of innovation, refinement, and rider connection that define the full examination. Throughout every segment, the motorcycle revealed itself as a study in how modern performance evolves through cumulative precision rather than dramatic reinvention. In many ways, the BMW S1000RR 2025 demonstrates that true progress comes from harmonizing power with predictability. Its chassis communicates clearly, its engine responds consistently, and its electronics interpret rider intent with subtle but meaningful guidance. These qualities help riders shape their technique over months and years, turning each session into an opportunity to refine lines, braking points, body position, and throttle application. The motorcycle rewards commitment with feedback that feels honest yet forgiving. Even when fatigue sets in, its suspension support and aerodynamic stability help riders maintain composure without excessive strain. This balance between accessibility and capability creates an experience that remains engaging long after the novelty fades. The BMW S1000RR 2025 also reshapes expectations for what a high-performance machine should offer in everyday use. Calm low RPM behavior, predictable fueling, and comfortable ergonomics allow riders to enjoy the motorcycle beyond special occasions. Its versatility becomes part of its identity, proving that a focused platform can remain approachable without losing its edge. Over time, owners come to appreciate how each subsystem contributes to long-term reliability and consistent feel. The frame retains its stiffness, the electronics remain stable, and the engine preserves its character with proper care. This durability builds trust, and trust strengthens the relationship between rider and machine. The BMW S1000RR 2025 also influences how riders evaluate future models. By showing that subtle improvements in stability, aerodynamics, and software integration can elevate the entire experience, it encourages a shift away from chasing headline figures and toward valuing control, communication, and predictability. It becomes a benchmark for how technology should behave, supporting riders without overshadowing their skill. As a complete package, the BMW S1000RR 2025 stands as a reminder that high performance is not simply about speed. It is about clarity, confidence, and the ability to grow with a machine that responds faithfully to its rider's intent. With this understanding, the motorcycle's legacy becomes clear. It represents a mature evolution of a proven platform, one that elevates the sport without abandoning accessibility, and one that blends mechanical precision with intuitive behavior to create an experience that remains rewarding through thousands of miles and countless sessions. For riders who value a machine that guides progression and enhances every ride, the BMW S1000RR 2025 proves that modern engineering still has room to refine the connection between human and machine in meaningful ways.